Oh, aren't they adorable? Speaking of adorable, I got one more thing to say about Buzzfeed journalists. Now, this one I hesitate to use the word journalist because this is about the many, many members of the clickbait side of Buzzfeed that were fired. So these people aren't journalists. But it's an interesting thing because some of these lefty Buzzfeed workers are learning about capitalism. Now, I've said before that businesses, corporations, are not moral or immoral entities. They are amoral. They have two jobs, or only two purposes, I should say. Corporations try to maximize revenue, minimize cost. Now we're going to look at the minimize cost part of a corporation's function. So we find out that so many of these fired BuzzFeed cunts learn to code were of the clickbait division. And I was watching Tim Pool, excellent journalist, you should subscribe to him, today, and he was talking about one of the positions that had been let go. Some guy who was called the director of quizzes, because that's a thing. That's the kind of site BuzzFeed is. And the sad thing is, they were finding out that so many of the people who were making quizzes, who are making more quizzes than the director of quizzes, making more popular quizzes for the director of quizzes, were not only better than this director at his job, these weren't even employees of BuzzFeed. Some teenagers over in Vermont or some shit, some high school students, were making dozens and dozens of quizzes for fun, for free, for literally no cost to the company, and generating metric fuck tons of ad revenue for BuzzFeed. So, look, if somebody does your middle class job, and they do it better than you, they do it faster than you, they make more money for the company than you, and they do it for free, that means your job, your position, is literally, and I do mean literally, worthless. So this director of quiz guy was nothing but a drain on BuzzFeed's bottom line. He was actually less than worthless. Literally. So that's actually how capitalism works. So the real question is, why does some faggot high schooler doing his job for free, he should try to take some money out of BuzzFeed? If not, then he doesn't know that he's basically doing a job which, sadly, is worth tens of thousands of dollars. And he's doing it for free. So shame on that kid as well. But he probably doesn't even know. And see, that's kind of the website BuzzFeed is. Their fortune, their fucking golden goose, is made out of basically horse shit that they're shoveling off the ground. Just shit they're collecting for free from dweebs on the internet. Why does BuzzFeed actually pay anybody? You know, as far as I know, from what little I've seen of their articles, an algorithm or a high schooler could write better articles than they do. For lots of lefty rags, even more prestigious by far than BuzzFeed. The writers don't even proofread their work. They don't even run it through spell check. It's littered with grammatical errors, and it looks like I learned how to write neat paragraphs and concise points and actually, write like the way you're supposed to write an article in the 5th grade. So most of these left-wing rags don't even have a 5th grade level writing and no editorial oversight whatsoever, and they don't even run their shit through spell check. So why are anybody, and I do mean fucking anybody, on any leftist rag paid any money at all? I don't know. Doesn't make any fucking sense to me, because literally punk kids could literally do their jobs for literally free. I could save almost every company. Gawker, would have never had to go under, they would have been able to pay out $150 million to Hulk Hogan, no problem, because they don't have any fucking, what do you call it? They don't have any costs. They just generate money for free. I mean, it's free money to be a leftist shit rag, because it requires no talent, it requires no training, it requires no time, really, to put out these articles. It's a fake job. I don't know why they pay anybody. Again, because the only thing that exceeds the maliciousness of a leftist is the stupidity and ignorance of a leftist. So why do they pay anybody? Their jobs are all literally worthless. Learn to code.